Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut. Here we are back at the Baseball Hut 2, and hope you like this video and subscribe, and of course leave comments in the comment section. So as we know, we're in the All-Star break, but there are rumors that are going to pop up. I'm going to talk about them over the next couple of days, and talk about the draft. A lot of stuff on that on the Prospect Hut. But here we go from BleacherReport.com. BleacherReport.com. Headline: MLB trade rumors. Latest on Angels, Shohei Ohtani, White Sox, Lynn, and more. And more. And it's written by it doesn't matter who wrote it. Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? Let's go back up. The MLB trade deadline will be all about the LA Angels' decision to trade Shohei Ohtani. Trade speculation intensified after the Angels' 1-9 record, in the last 10 games, and Mike Trout's placement on the injured list. The Angels' season could go further downhill after the MLB All-Star break, and that could lead to increased discussion about whether or not to deal the Japanese superstar who is set to hit free agency this offseason. Other names in the trade market seem more likely to be dealt before August 1st. The White Sox and Cardinals, who are combined 30 games under 500, could offload or dump their top arms with the division titles out of reach. Shohei Ohtani. Let's start with Shohei Ohtani. To trade a once-in-a-generation superstar or not, that is the decision the Angels are faced with over the next month. According to John Heyman of the New York Post, the current belief is that a trade will not happen. Logic says Ohtani has to go. Betrayed arguably the greatest player ever. Now we'll see about that. Goes beyond the analytical calculation, and two people who know the Angels owner, Artie Moreno, said something that they still don't believe he will ultimately pull that trigger. The Angels entered the All-Star break 7 games adrift of the Texas Rangers in the American League West. But they are 4th in the division. They are 5 games back of the second wildcard spot in the AL. The team's fortunes took a massive hit when Mike Trout went on the injured list, and its trade deadline fate could be determined by the first series out of the break. The Angels host the Astros. Oh my God, they're going to play the Astros right off the bat. 2 of 3 losses in that series may shift the organization's thinking, because those results would bury the Angels further in the AL standings. Los Angeles could go on a run in July, since it plays the Yankees, the Pirates, and the Tigers after the Astros. But if things do not, that's funny how they as a Met fan, it's funny they put the Yankees there. Yankees are really struggling. People are not happy up in the Bronx, I can tell you that. There's no precedent for what return would be, since a contender would be trading for Ohtani, the pitcher, and the hitter. So you trade for 2 players. 2 players that are elite players at their positions. The Angels must be blown away by any potential offers, and the prospective buyers need to have enough top-end major and minor league talent to replenish the Angels roster if Ohtani departs. The Angels system sucks. Their minor league system is terrible. Terrible. Lynn, I mentioned him a lot. Lynn's going to get moved. USA Today's Bob Nightingale reported the Rangers are interested in acquiring Lynn from the White Sox. The Rangers, quote, "The Rangers have shown strong interest in White Sox veteran starter Lynn, who struck out a franchise record 16 batters and 11 batters in 2 of his last 4 starts. Lynn has earned $18.5 million this year, and $18.5 million club option, or $1 million buyout in 2024. Teams who have inquired said the White Sox continue to have a high asking price for him. The 36-year-old right-hander was 5-8 with a 6.03 ERA. Now, the last time we checked, it was much higher than that. So he has actually brought it down. The White Sox could be one of the biggest trade deadline sellers. Lynn and Lucas Giolito could be shipped off if the franchise believes it can't make up ground in the lowly AL Central, where the Cleveland Guardians are in first place at 45-45. Texas needs starting pitching help to fend off the Astros and Seattle Mariners in the AL West. The Rangers could add Lynn to his staff led by Nathan Eovaldi and John Gray. No Jacob deGrom. That would be a formidable top part of the rotation to enter the playoffs with. Texas isn't guaranteed to land Lynn because other contenders with pitching needs should be involved as well, especially if Lynn keeps up his form from last month. The White Sox are going to be very active. They're going to be extremely, extremely active before the deadline. Elsewhere, the Athletics resident Munchkin, Ken Rosenthal, reported that the Cardinals pair of Jordan Montgomery and Jack Flaherty are as good as gone. See you later, skadoosh. St. Louis could give up on its miserable season by trading a handful of players and adding more prospects to its farm system to be ready for 24 and beyond. The Cardinals are 11.5 games back of the Cincinnati Reds in the National League Central, and there's little hope that a turnaround is in sight. Montgomery, who was acquired last summer from the Yankees, is 6-7 with a 3.23 ERA and 96 strikeouts. He conceded 4 hits or less in 5 of his last 7 starts. Flaherty produced a mixed bag of results. He conceded 10 hits in starts against the Giants and Nationals, but then pitched 12 2/3 innings, scoreless innings in his last 2 appearances. The Cardinals may only get 1 or 2 prospects in return because of the contract status of both pitchers, but anything will do to get something out of a horrible campaign. I mean, the Cardinals, folks, I'll tell you, the Cardinals surprised so many people by how bad they've been. Their pitching was bad. Nolan Arenado got off to a terrible start. Paul Goldschmidt didn't get off to a great start himself. They are in deep doo-doo there in St. Louis under that arch. This team did not play well. Over the last 3, really the whole season, they played terribly. They are finding ways to lose. They're making all kinds of mistakes, which is very unusual for the Cardinals. The Cardinals never make mistakes, but they've made all kinds of mistakes, and it's like, what the hell? I mean, really, the division is upside down, especially in the first month. The first month, the Cardinals were in last place, and the Pirates were in first place. It's like, wait a minute, what bizarre world did we walk into? But the Pirates have gone down because they're just not ready yet to be a contender in their division. And the Cardinals have stayed there. We'll see who wins the division in the National League Central. That is not a great division. It's the second worst division in baseball behind the American League Central. But the Reds are an interesting team. They're going to be, I would think, active. It's hard to figure where they are as a team. Are they going to be active to try to get themselves to postseason? But they were in postseason in 2020, but very different team than they had that year. Now, the Angels. The Angels are another team that is probably going to move players. Brandon Drury could get moved. All their guys that are free agents are probably going to get moved. I don't think Ohtani's getting moved, personally. Oh, well, it's a tough situation. They lose Mike Trout again to an injury. They kind of had not been playing well the last few weeks, and now they're at a point where the team is bottoming out, meaning that they're not going to go to the postseason again. Another Mike Trout team not going to postseason, and Ohtani probably playing out the string in Anaheim. I don't see the Anaheim Angels moving it, that's for sure. Well, we're going to have a very active trade deadline. Hope you come here to watch and subscribe. The White Sox, just so you know, they're moving everybody. Everybody but the kitchen sinks get moved there in Chicago. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.